Hello and welcome to my process video for Show Us Your Stuff October 2016's challenge. I am inspired by the zebra artwork on their inspiration board because I am a medical zebra, as are my children. So I have already decided on our title. I decided on it before anything else, because we're zebra strong. It's a saying that people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome often say to describe themselves. So I knew that was my title. I knew I wanted to incorporate a zebra, and I knew I wanted to make some zebra themed tassels. So I got my zebra template from Ornation Creation on Facebook, and I really recommend you check them out. I'll put the link in my description because they have these great templates. There's over 150 of them. And when you print them, it's just a really faint light blue line, and then you do your own pen work to finish it all off and colour it however you want. So with my tassels, I've made two. One represents me and one represents my kids, because I've got a couple of co-conditions, so I've added the colours that those co-conditions awareness ribbons come in. And then I've just done a plain black and white one for EDS. But I know that I'm going to incorporate some blue into my zebra template, because even if I do wind up doing the kids, if they're not diagnosed with dysautonomia, then they're definitely showing symptoms of it and it's suspected. So it's still part of their journey. So I'm going to include blue. I know that much. So I decided to do a very simple Zentangle pattern, and then realised I'd actually missed one of his stripes. So I decided to colour in my stripes instead. And I had planned on using watercolour for the blue, but I forgot to make sure that my pen was actually waterproof. And so my black all runs, and I have to redo the black at the end, which my hand playing up this month meant it really wasn't happy with me. The zebra turns out really well. I'm really happy with him, and I cut him out so I can use him on my cardstock and then have the drips coming out. That the artwork that it inspired me, it's got like drips coming out of it, so I really wanted to incorporate that. So I bagged everything up until I was able to get photos printed and continue with the layout, and now I'm just trying to decide on where I want my zebra so that I've got plenty of space for drips, where I want my photos, what photo I want to use, and so on and so forth. And I decided to go with this photo of my son graduating from the pain management program that he participated in this year, because it was such a significant part of his journey at the moment, that he did succeed in, as they put it, conquering your pain. And I really wanted to have a layout that showed just how proud of him I am. And so now I've got my photo and my title sorted. I've just got to work out where everything else is going, and now I'm doubting myself about which photo I'm using, which story I'm telling, so I just quickly double checked that I didn't want the others on it instead. And I'm just adhering the mat down onto the zebra. I decided I wanted to hide that section on the ear that had some outlining for shading, because I wasn't happy with the shading. And the flare is not an actual flare, it's from a digital scrapbooking kit, and when you see it on the page, it actually looks like a flare. I've just printed out the logo for the program he did, SKIP, Supporting Kids in Pain, and I've just trimmed it off. For my journal, I actually put little mini pics on a Word doc, and I printed out on acid-free 120 or 160 GSM paper to then put in my journal. So I just added it to the doc that I needed to print for my journal and printed it early, but I've trimmed off the leftovers and saved it. I'm now using my stencil from Delish Scraps October Just Add Paper Kit to add some gesso on in the shape of pluses, because I've gone with gesso because at this point I'm not sure what I actually want to do with the pluses, how I want to colour them, how I want them to feature. I just know that I want them on there. And I've just used a watercolour pencil to do an outline of the zebra's neck and bottom of his jaw so that I know where to put my watercolour drips. And these are my watercolours that the lovely Kerry sent me last year, just after my birthday. And I'm using the blue and the black to make it look like it's part of the zebra, like the original artwork. Because of my hands, I can't, freehand draw very well or anything like that, so I really needed a template. And I think that's an important thing that I want to get through to people. So many people think they're not artistic, that they're not creative, and it's often because they need tools to assist them. Because that's what I discovered. All these things I couldn't do when I was younger. I've still got the creativity in me. It's just because of my hands that I can't do them the way that I'm expected to do them. I need certain tools. So try and create even if you don't think you're creative. So I just did a test with one of my gelatos in colouring my pluses, and I'm not happy with how it turned out, so I wiped that up and get rid of the gelato, and I dabbed off the excess liquid for the blue, and I'm adding the black watercolour now. I've also added some black ink splats, and I don't care about the neatness. I don't care if it looks smudged, because I want it to have that messy, smudgy feel. And I apologise for fumbling my words and stuff. I'm having a bit of a bad word day. I'm sticking my zebra and my photo mat with my photo and title down. And I'm just working out where I want to put the skip logo. And I'm adding some of these Ornation Creation pluses that I got from Rainbow Splendour. They were designed for them by Ornation Creations. It was her last pack. I've decided to use her pluses instead of the Delish Scraps pluses because I want to use the Delish Scraps ones on a different layout. And I'm adding them to sort of help add to the pluses that are already on the page, if that makes sense. And I just checked a red bow because I wanted to add some more red to the page because of the red in the logo, but then I changed my mind and I don't include it. And I've just grabbed this journal spot from Delish Scraps October just out of Paper Kit, and I've cut it in half to tuck it in above the skip logo and below my title. I'm sorry it's not showing on camera, but the angle of my camera doesn't show the whole 12 by 12. So there is my finished layout. There will be photos on my blog. Thank you for watching.